Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much, and thank everybody for being here tonight. Reefer Madness. Our government's Reefer Madness campaign has been going on for over 70 years. They've tried to brainwash society into believing that there are absolutely no redeeming qualities to cannabis. They've arrested millions of people for possession of marijuana. Thousands of people die from the violence because of the profits being made because of prohibition. And they actively stifle research into a safe and effective medicine. And they won't even let our farmers grow hemp. It's amazing. So they've created this stigma. They've stigmatized an entire class of individuals simply because they use marijuana. And I think we can change it. We need to change this. We need to turn reefer madness into reefer gladness. And one way I think we can do this is through the cannabis curriculum, by getting students to study and to learn about all the beneficial aspects of cannabis hemp, as well as the devastating effects that its prohibition has on society. And it doesn't matter what subject you're studying or what field of study you're interested in, you can apply it to cannabis hemp or prohibition. We're going to run through some subjects real quickly. I'm doing a real brief overview, but I can come to your class or school or group and give it a longer talk. So we need some economics. We need more economic study done on the pharmaceutical industry. Pharmaceutical companies spend millions and millions of dollars every year developing all these serious pharmaceuticals and drugs that have a laundry list of side effects, while you can grow cannabis in your backyard or in your closet. How much could be saved if people just use cannabis instead of pharmaceuticals? Or look at the dispensary industry in California and Colorado is booming. They're hiring thousands of people and they're paying millions of dollars in taxes because the underground marijuana economy has been brought above board. So we're paying a lot of taxes or making a lot of money in this depressed economic time. But we need to study how much is being made. And we can use that as a fight to end prohibition. We need to study the economics of hemp. All the companies in America that are selling hemp products have really hard time because all the hemp products have to be imported from Canada, Europe, and China. So the price is a lot higher. And the economies of scale has not kicked in yet. They're only growing like 30,000 acres of hemp in Canada, while they grow 200 million acres of corn, soy, and wheat in America. So the unit price for these hemp products is much higher, so it makes it very difficult for hemp companies in America. But we need to understand, these economics. We need to look at the engineering. Because of reefer madness and because our farmers haven't been able to grow hemp for over 70 years, there's been no technology, no development of all the machinery to harvest and process hemp. And it's a very tough fiber, and we need a lot of new machinery, a lot better than this machinery, to process the hemp crop of tomorrow.
Excuse me, John, on that slide.
Yep.
In the lower right corner, is that Schlichten's?
Yeah, that's Schlichten's. That's from 1917. It's a blueprint of a decorticator. But even though that was pretty cutting edge back in 1917, we still need a lot more. We need new technology. So our government puts up all these challenges, all these roadblocks, and what I call these Catch 422. It's sort of like with cannabis, they schedule it as a Schedule I narcotic, which means it's not safe and effective. So our researchers say, hey, we want to research cannabis. And they say, no, you can't. We say, why not? And they say, well, because it's not safe and effective. So they use this circular logic to throw up these roadblocks. We need to recognize these and work our way around them. We need a lot of work in the biology and chemistry area. If we have a company up in Marblehead just sequence the cannabis genome, so we have all this data that needs to be analyzed and gone through so that we can help determine what all the therapeutic properties of the different cannabinoids are. And if you invent or if you discover a new cannabinoid, you get to name it yourself. So it could be like tetrahydrocannabidiol or something like that. So think about that. Or the endocannabinoid system. This is a system that some people say is the literal link between your mind and your body. We have cannabinoid receptors throughout our entire body. And we need to understand more how these receptors work, especially how they interact with cannabis. We need to look at the different delivery systems. A lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't be smoking your medicine. That's no way to take your medicine. And while it is a perfectly fine way for some people to take their medicine, it's not the only way. You don't have to smoke cannabis to get the therapeutic benefits. You can vaporize it, you can eat it in a medible or drink it, or you can apply it topically as a salve or an ointment. But we need to do more research and determine which delivery system works best for which ailment. We need to look at the reverse gateway theory. Again, some people say, oh, marijuana will put you on the slippery slope to addiction. It's a gateway drug. And actually, I agree, it is a gateway drug. However, it's proving to be a gateway away from tobacco, a gateway away from alcohol, and a gateway away from other narcotics and debilitating pharmaceuticals. So we need to document this and show that cannabis is a safe and effective medicine. And also, if you're finding that cannabis does help improve your quality of life, you can tell your doctor in confidentiality, educate them, educate other people around you, and let them know, hey, I'm smoking a little cannabis and I'm using a lot less pharmaceuticals, or I stopped drinking, or I stopped smoking cigarettes. We need to look at the humble hemp seed, which is tremendous. The hemp seed, I've got a lot of great hemp food products over here and samples. It's chock full of omega-3 and omega-6 essential fatty acids, which are very, very good for you. It's high in protein, fiber, minerals. But one amazing thing is there are no documented allergies to hemp foods. And that's really amazing when you think about how many people are allergic to peanuts, they're lactose intolerant, or they can't eat gluten, they can't eat wheat because of the gluten. That's no problem with hemp foods. There's no allergies. So why aren't people allergic to hemp foods? Does that have something to do with the endocannabinoid system? I don't know, but we need more research in that area. And one thing that everybody can do to help end marijuana prohibition is buy hemp food, buy hemp products. Because when you buy products, you're not only making yourself healthy, you're making the environment healthier, and you're helping the hemp industry grow. And once we get enough money in the hemp industry, then we can convince the politicians, hey, our farmers should be able to grow this crop because it's so nutritional and it's so good for the environment. A lot of people are studying the environment and green. They want to be green and all this. Well, hemp is just tremendous for this. You can make plastic out of hemp. I've got a piece of the hemp plastic out there. The stalk is almost 70% cellulose. So you can make all sorts of things out of it, including plastic. You can make all sorts of fuels out of hemp. You can make biodiesel out of the hemp seed oil. You can make ethanol out of the stalk. And you can also compress the hemp stalks into wood pellets for wood burning stoves. So you can make and you can also do biomass. So you can do all these different types of energy. We need to study, though, and compare it to corn and other fuel sources so we can show, hey, hemp is a much better source of fuel. Tree-free paper, we can show how hemp can help stop deforestation by creating this great paper. If we have any architecture students, or if you're in the construction industry, you can build an entire house out of hemp. And it's amazing. I've got a piece of hemp concrete over there, and this hemp concrete is tremendous. It's breathable, so it helps maintain a stable temperature. It's fireproof. It's rot resistant, and it sequesters CO2. So it's just tremendous. And you can grow enough hemp in one football field to build a house. So that's just tremendous. So you've got hemp concrete, you've got hemp particle board, hemp composite shingles, and you can heat your house with hemp seed biodiesel or wood pellets for your stove. So you can, we need a lot of work in this area. Ecology. Hemp has this tremendous characteristic. It draws toxins out of the soil and stores it in the seed. So you can help clear out polluted land. So we need to see and show how hemp can be used. They're also using a lot of hemp in car parts, interior and exterior car parts. So as the car industry becomes more green, if we have any music theater groups or art students, there's a lot of different things you can study in this area. But one thing I really want to talk about is the Catlin County Hemp Wars. If we have anybody that wants to put on a hemp musical, it's a couple in Cambridge, Mass. They wrote this musical. It's a tremendous story about a family trying to save their farm by growing hemp. The music and lyrics are really good, and they will help you put this on if you want to do a 2-person performance or a 10 or 12-person performance. And there's a lot of other things you can do in that. If we have any sociology students, we need to determine, is there going to be a watershed event when the society has its aha moment and says, oh, dang, prohibition is just wrong. It has to end. Or is it going to be a billion baby steps, which is probably more likely? Like Prop 19 last year in California to legalize marijuana. That did not pass, yet I consider it a huge baby step forward because it raised the discussion about prohibition and marijuana legalization to a national and even a global level. So everybody was talking about it. We have all these different baby steps, and when Massachusetts gets our medical law, hopefully next year, that's going to be a big baby step. So, and one thing I want to point out, one person cannot do everything, but everybody can do something. So if everybody does something, and this being here tonight obviously is a big baby step, but we need to keep moving forward collectively as a group to end prohibition. And that comes to the whole communication and journalism If you're a student, you can write for your school newspaper or go on your college radio station. But hey, everybody else, we can call in talk radio. We can write letters to the editors. We need to rebut reefer madness because the media has been controlling this issue for so many years. We need to take the debate to them. We need to tell them that prohibition is wrong. And that's the answer to most questions is, why can't our farmers grow hemp? Why can't our patients get a safe and effective medicine? Why are you filling our jails with nonviolent drug offenders? It's the prohibition, stupid. And that's the key concept we have to drive home. And that's really the thing. And also, I want to get, just want to go back real quick. I'm going to get students to send me their research, so I'm going to create a cannabis curriculum clearinghouse, which is going to be a huge online database that other people can use for their research. So that's my end goal here. And another social, this is my puzzle that you guys can help me solve. We got all these different groups, and everybody seems to be pulling in opposite directions. And if we could all get everybody to work together, then I think we could work together to end prohibition. But we'll talk about this concept more at your leisure. And hemp is the answer. I'm not sure what the question is, but thank you very much for your time, and I'll be here tonight to answer any questions, or I can answer them now.